The invasion flips over. Cast this card transformed? Yes. We did it! So next we cast our Abrask. That'll do 2 damage to each opponent. Oh my god, we're gonna get 3 damage per spell. That's ridiculous.
Today on Commander Replay, we try to find out which cards for March of the Machine are best with Feather the Redeemed. Next on Commander Replay. Hey guys, there's 2 great ways to support the channel. All links are in the description below.
Welcome back everyone, playing some Feather the Redeemed today. Trying out some of the new cards from March of the Machine. Let's take a look at this opener. Oh, we got the battle. I'm excited about this one. This is a keeper. Let's keep this. We got like most of the things we want. Mask of Memory, Enlightened Tutor. This can be a lot of things. It could be equipment. It could be Aria of Flame. If we get to that point. Sun Titan's nice in the late game. We got Rugged Prairie for the mana filtering, so we should be decent on colors. There's a plateau off the top. Could be helpful. Let's start with the Ameria right here. I know we could get this to go get a Soul Ring and like try to speed ourselves up, and like certain settings that would make sense. I want to try to hold this and get one of our finishers later in the game, depending on what we draw. Talisman coming in for opponent. Also a Synod Sanctum. One that's not on my radar. Exile target permanent you control. Sacrifice it, return all cards exiled with it to the battlefield. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. Question is, when are we going to get this Flamekin Village in? Right now, I'll go Rugged Prairie. We'll get the mask. I think this card's going to be really good for this deck. Really good for a lot of decks. I haven't heard too many people talking about this thing yet. I think it's going to be very good. I am very curious to see this thing in action. Soul Ring for opponent. Imperial Recruiter. Getting Ugin's Conjurant. There's combos with that. I'm sure I'm not thrilled about any of this. Blade of Selves. That's a Soul Ring over there too, so they're going to be a lot quicker. That's not great. Read the Bones. I am really bad with Read the Bones. Scrying is just not my forte. I'd rather take Ambition's Cost because there's no choices involved. It just gives you the cards. Because I know my scrying just isn't that good. There's another land. Let's play the Plateau. Cast Feather. And we'll pass like that. So it was actually interesting trying to update this deck before the game. One, more and more cards keep getting printed for Feather, which is interesting and exciting. Some of the notable ones, Urabrask is a big pickup for Feather. Because now you have the mana producer and the damage dealer all in one card. That's pretty crazy. On top of the redundancy with Stormkiln Artist, Goldspan Dragon, and who's the other one? Burgi. That's all really good stuff. Like I said, I think Invasion of Karsus is really going to do some good work in a Feather deck because it doesn't kill Feather, it kills all the small stuff on the board, and then it flips into a win condition. So I think that's going to be pretty legit also. The other one, Sword of Once and Future, looks really good for this deck because you can cast your small spells out of the graveyard again. And as far as I understand it, it's a replacement effect with the exile, so you can have the Feather exile override, and so the card will go back to your hand. So that should be really sweet. I also like that it doesn't interfere with Feather's colors. I generally avoid red and white swords with Feather because they get pretty awkward. Defiant Strike is a very helpful magic card. Opponent got themselves a Paradise Plume. So while I was talking, looks like Quintorious came in. We got a Paradise Plume over here. There's a Defiant Strike. I'm going to equip this mask. I shall Defiant Strike Feather. Triggering all the stuff. Ooh, haha. Paradise Plume on white is probably going to gain them quite a bit of life from our deck. And that might be a card worth putting in this deck. I mean, this deck is so tight. It's tough to find deck slots for something like this, but this deck can cast a lot of spells. This can gain you a lot of life back. That's interesting. It is a very slow and overcosted mana rock, though. Titan Strength is also a magic card. Swinging to Sean. He seems to have the most going here. Hit with the mask. Scry Temple, you say. Not really looking for 2 tapped lands, so I think we're getting rid of the Scry Temple. It's going to be awkward getting that Flamekin Village out. We'll play the Mountain for now. It may get... I really don't want to discard it, but... I'm going to leave up the Sajiri Shelter. That seems like it'd probably be a pretty good idea. Oh god, Defiant Strike's coming back. Yeah, maybe we should have just tapped out and went for all of it right there. That being the case, we're going to Titan Strength. Land on top, I think is actually okay. Because untapped lands are good. This is potentially a combo. That says get Feast and Famine, that says get Aggravated Assault. We're not really... We need more mana to make all of that work. Kind of early to be doing that. Coming back our way, yep. Ashnod's Altar. Ooh. He can't be too far away. Sacrifice a creature. Target creature can't attack. That seems terrible for us. We might be on Invasion of Karsus right here. Although, we have to kill everything twice? That's a pain. That's a real pain. That could be a reason for Champion's Helm. Titan Strength coming back. Yeah, we need to get cards out of our hand this coming turn. Too many cards. Interestingly, Enlightened Tutor makes us go down a card, and that's not the worst thing. Thran Dynamo. So, as I mentioned, we're playing Feather the Redeemed, 3 mana for a 3/4 flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature you control, exile that card instead of putting it into your graveyard as it resolves. If you do, return it to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. Very, very popular Boros commander. Perhaps even the most popular. I haven't looked recently. It's up there, though. And really cool. You get to use a lot of cards that you do not get to use anywhere else in Feather, so that's very exciting. Palace Siege coming in. Choosing Cons. That's the return target creature mode. So Wandering Archaic in their graveyard, that seems pretty good. I mean, are we Enlightened Tutor for if... The problem is that we don't have the 5 lands to cast and equip the thing all in one shot. So that being the case, we'll just Defiant Strike. Opponent gaining more life. Angel Fire Ignition is a sweet card. Think play the Plains. See if Sean's going to let us attack with this thing. It seems unlikely, but just in case. Nope, lets the attack go off. Well, the good news is Titan Strength. Start stacking up that commander. Ooh, that's Angelic Intervention. That's one that I'm excited about. That's a new one. Let's keep that right on top. Draw with the Mask. Ooh, Sunhome. I think I'm going to discard the Flamekin Village, and I think we might look to get it back later with the Sun Titan. I think that's probably going to be the play with that. We, once again, have too many cards in hand. All of our protection spells are 2. So I think we just end... Oh, God, we're going to have more spells coming back. Oh, God. Yeah, we're going to have to get stuff out of our hand. All right, we are at 9 cards in hand. No, we're at 10 cards in hand. Yeah, we gotta get rid of some stuff. Need a Library of the Lang. Yeah, we'll Enlighten Tutor. We'll get the Aggravated Assault. That's another thing, too, I've been thinking about. Like, now that they've printed a few more of the draw spells. Not, like, tons more, but there's, like, at least 1 or 2 more decent ones, or, like, some Impulse Draw ones. I think it makes it a lot easier to start assembling combos. Or we can go Aria Flame. Feast and Famine. Oh, Feast and Famine's so good, though. We'll get Aggravated Assault. 9 cards in hand. We will Titan Strength. Leave that Aggravated Assault right there. What are we giving up? This says Flashback. We can give that one up. Give up the... Oh, God. Almost clicked the Sunhome. Oh, I did click the Sunhome. No, that's not what we wanted. Definitely gonna have to get that one back with Sun Titan. Sean's at 10 Commander already, and we haven't really, like, been playing for maximum power. I've just been, like, trying to conserve the cards in my hand. Ooh. That's a Ranger Captain of Eos, which is really bad for us. I would venture a guess that he's probably going to crack that on our turn, which means I'd like to get to the Sun Titan, because we're probably going to need something to do. Kami of the False Hope. Ooh, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, we need to... Man, the problem, though, is that with this thing in play... Oh, no, this is the Spirits one. This isn't the other one. The other one that makes copies of them. That one's far worse. Yeah. Invasion of Karsus looking really good as long as we can cast it and not get caught by this thing. 2/4 our way. Opponent spreading them a little. Spells coming back. But also use a Sword of the Animist or a Dousing Dagger. And in some sense, maybe Dousing Dagger would have been a better call there. Is Aggravated Assault just going to, like, stick in our hand? Yeah, I probably should have went Dousing, because then we have a lot more options that we can do over, the next 2 turns with a Dousing deck. That's a Deluge. X5, you say. Well, may not get to use the thingy. Let's make a red and a white. We will Defiant Strike. There's the Aggravated Assault. Oh, crap, I meant the Titan Strength. Feather down. Back to the command zone. Yeah, that Scry would have been nice. Maybe find the land, hit the Sun Titan, not really lose stride too much. Phyrexian Arena. At least we don't have to get crushed by the Ranger Captain now. That's exciting. Defiant Strike coming back. Did opponent get a creature back? I didn't see. Wandering Archaic. That's a good one. Wandering Archaic is really good against our deck. It's not great, actually. Yep, there it is. Got the land off the top. Love it. Crack it. Now we can finally get some ramp going, too. That's exciting. Get the Sacred Foundry untapped. Sun Titan. Opponent gaining more life. Gonna get the Flamekin Village because it comes in tapped. And I'm just going to pray that we also are able to get Sunhome back. Still have 8 cards in hand. That's a thing. What are, the flashback one. Quintorious coming back. Man. Opponent with his Paradise Plume. What? Seems good. We can probably lay off Sean for a little bit now. We went at him pretty hard when he was set up very well. He still has the Ugin's Conjurant, which I'm sure is part of a combo. I think he's doing Enduring Renewal. So you can just, like, loop it infinitely and make many, many 3/2s. Demonic Tutor. We should talk about what our opponent's playing, by the way. So first up is Sean piloting Quintorious Field Historian, and as we talked about, this is a combo-centric deck that he has. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 3/2 red-white spirit. Spirits have 1/0. And I believe he's doing Enduring Renewal combo with maybe some other stuff in that vein. In the middle, we've got Annihilator piloting Asika, God of the Tree, Prismatic Bridge. I assume this is a Prismatic Bridge deck. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature or a planeswalker. Put the card on the battlefield, rest on the bottom. We've got a Blade of Selves. They have like an interesting mishmash of stuff going on over there. We've got a lot more mana production than we do. A lot of Thran Dynamo, a couple mana rocks. A little jealous about that. Cryptghast. Commander Sphere. Do we just cheese it? Wayfarer's Bauble. Cryptghast. Hall of Heliod's Generosity is a land drop, which is good. Also, we still have we need to get cards out of hand. I think the play here is Fighter Class Feast and Famine. I mean, this is the spikiest route. Also, opponents look tapped out, so I think this is going to go through. Fighter Class. Get a Feast and Famine. Cast a Feast and Famine. Upgrade Fighter Class to level 2. Free equip the Feast and Famine. Free equip the Mask of Memory. Ooh, can we still end this? I think we can still end this. Swing into Annihilator. Get back Sunhome. Yeah, I think we have more than enough. We have more than enough. Telling opponents I was really kind of hoping to try the new stuff. So, yes. We could Aggravated Assault right here and that would end the game and we would win. Or, well, colorless blocker there. Someone would have to give up a creature is what would have to happen. Alright, since we're not planning to Aggravated Assault, we'll discard the Aggravated Assault. Maybe it'll come back next turn, we'll see. Lands untapped. There's a Sword of the Animist. Sun Titan doing the rampant for us, though. Gotta love that. Play... There isn't that much value to get from this thing right now. Maybe we get Feather back then. Paradise Plume, continuing to trigger. Pass like that. In hindsight, I wish I had gotten something else with the Enlightened Tutor, one of the cards that we wanted to test. I do hope someone lays down just a couple more things that we can blow away with this, because I am very excited about this. Ranger of Eos? Perfect. Perfect. What did he get? Ooh, Phyrexian Dreadnought. Mere Scrappling? Interesting. I'm going to Defiant Strike right here. Oh, right. Wandering Archaic is a magic card. I guess everyone's drawn cards then. But do want to leave up the protection. Gonna want to find some spot removal. It's a land. Oh god, it's coming right back. God, Feast and Famine with this many spells. We are well set up to go wild with the spells. Hoping for a few more things we can blow away. Prismatic Bridge coming in. Triggers the Paradise Plume. Opponent's up to 53. White spells. They chose the right color. That's for sure. What's the last mode on this thing? It's been a while. Whenever a creature you control attacks up to one target creature, blocks this combat if able. Yeah, that's kind of... One's a little lackluster. Especially for 5 mana. Ugh. The first 2 abilities are incredible, though, so I guess, take what they're given. I mean, man. For me, this class is far and away the best. Like, I use some of the mono-white ones. They're never really best in slot for their decks. This is incredible for a Voltron deck, though. I would say that this is probably one of the best classes for its particular build, other than, like, maybe Wizard class for blue decks, just because I don't play blue decks that much, so I think they want Wizard class, but yeah, Fighter class, one of the best. It would be cool if that last ability... It'd be cool if it was Double Strike. It'd be way overpowered if it was, though. The one, I think it's Paladin class, has Double Strike on it. And I have killed people with that. That is a cool mode on that card. It does bring some extra damage. That's Whip of Erebos if opponent hadn't gained enough life already. Annihilator's down to 18. I know we poked them. We only poked them once, I think. Opponent's just going to send it. Well, I was going to... The timing of this isn't great, but... we'll Defiant Strike. Triggers the Wandering Archaic. Probably pay for this one. Pray... Oh, man, we're going shields down. There's spot removal. We'd probably already have seen the spot removal if they had it. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, you may pay X life, or X is the amount of life you gained. If you do, create an XX... Oh, God. That's 13 life. There's Urabrask. Okay. Cool. Can at least look at one new card today. That demon is giant, though. Ooh. Impact Resonance is a spicy magic card. Play the Battlefield Forge. Yeah, let's cast the Karsus thing. Who wants to defend this thing? Annihilator has no creatures. Opponent's going to sack the thing to protect their Quintorious. Cryptghast down, that's a big one. What's next? I'm going to Angel Fire Ignition on Feather. Alright, this one's 4. We'll Angel Fire Ignition on Feather, which should bring it back. Wandering Archaic triggers. This might be the day for Impact Resonance. I've been wanting to wreck people with this card for a very long time. It can be very powerful, but it does need setup. Nah, paying. I never realized how good Flashback is with Feather. I guess I had just never thought about it up to this point. Angel Fire Ignition was like the first card that I really thought about with Flashback. Seize the Day has it also, which I've put into this list. Kind of one of those ones that, like, a lot of people have always run, and I was always a Waves of Aggression guy because I always run Feast and Famine and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, Seize the Day is going to be pretty good too. Feather gets bigger. We shall... Oh, they have all black creatures. We can head over there if we want. Swords to Plowshares on the Sun Titan. Don't love it. Wandering Archaic. This is going to get real weird. They're going to hit the Quintorious. That's actually good news for us. So we can go Angelic Intervention. Get our first look at this one. Got a little stack going. Can't prevent. Hopefully opponent doesn't have the foresight to choose red. Ah, they chose red. Oh, somehow they know what's coming. Oh, this is indestructible now. We can still blow up the stupid Wandering Archaic, though. What color are we choosing? We need to choose white. Sean's commander gets exiled. Swords fizzles. Now we can get down to this attack. Send this one to the Flintlock. Send this one at the Invasion of Karsus. Sun Titan we'll get the Temple here, because our land should be untapping. Use the ability. ETB Scry. Boros Charm is pretty good. We'll keep that on top. We can get Double Strike and speed up the rate at which we kill. We have this too, but it's a lot of mana. The Invasion flips over. We'll put that one on the bottom. I didn't really pay attention to what order I clicked them. Cast this card transformed? Yes. We did it. Lands untapped. Draw 2 with Mask of Memory. Discard a land. Have we played a land? We have. Okay. So next we cast our Urabrask. That'll do 2 damage to each opponent. Oh my god, we're going to get 3 damage per spell. That's ridiculous. We're probably going to want to pay for the Impact Resin. Who took the... Flintlock took the Sun Titan hit. So we need to go 1... Oh, you know what else we can do? We can hit Feather with one of it and get it back. How big is this thing? That's a 4/4. We'll go 2 to kill that. 6 to kill that. Pay a red. Use this one. Oops. Impact Resonance. Urabrask will shoot Flintlock. Reflection Elemental will get everyone. And Feather stuff will happen. We're going to pay for the thing this time. We get a mana back. God, that's so good. So good. Titan Strength. Wait, did it not die? Oh, it's indestructible. That's frustrating. They can have a Titan Strength. Totally thought we were going to kill it. Didn't realize it got indestructible. Didn't see... Oh, Angel Fire Ignition. Right. Okay. I'm on board now. Shadow Skull Smashing is interesting. We'll keep that on top. Think we're good right here. We should leave a little protection up in case things go wrong. Oh god, so many things coming back. That's a lot of... We're going to have to discard again. Angel Fire coming back. Defiant Strike. The Protection Spell. Impact Resonance. Oh my god. I need to put no max hand size cards in this deck. This deck draws too well now. Because this has come up in a lot of games that I played with it. So I guess Land to the Graveyard, Sword of the Animus to the Graveyard. We'll get the sword next turn, assuming Sun Titan sticks. It's nice to have, but at this point, we're okay without it, given what we have now. If a Farewell rolls through, that might change things a little bit. But we do have a lot of lands. I think our land count is now higher than our opponents because of the hard work that Sun Titan's been putting in this game. God, the amount of times that I've just ramped like crazy with Sun Titan in my life. One of the best creatures in white. It's either this or Elesh Norn. One's really good for you, one is terrible for your opponents. Take your pick. Oh, that's a Blasphemous Act. Okay. Okay, how many things can we save? No, we're gonna lose the guy. Oh no, we're also gonna lose Urabrask. Oh no, I don't have ways to get those back. Well, we should let the Wandering Archaic go off, I think. Oh, we have a Boros Charm. Haha, forgot. This protects all of them. Forgot I had that. Crap. Wandering Archaic. Oh, the stupid Wandering Archaic. Never gonna be able to get rid of it. What we can do, though, we can actually kill Annihilator, I think. Yeah, because these are... Yeah, one more spell will do it. We have the mana for Titan Strength. We'll just put it all on the stack. Going down to the Refraction Elemental. We paying... No. Oh, we can... We now have the mana. Somehow, I think we came out of that mana positive. We can pay for the Wandering Archaic, which will be a pretty good idea, I think. Shatter Skull still on top. We'll take that one. Yeah, we're going to pay for this Wandering Archaic, which we have the mana now for, fortunately. So, it should finally die. I hope. Really bad for our deck. Down it goes, finally. There's still this, oh god, it's got lifelink. We're gonna have a little, life race with opponent. And some stuff coming back. Titan Strength. We could move the Feast and Famine over to Feather. That's probably gonna be a good idea next turn. I wish I caught that because that would be a blocker against this thing. Assuming we have enough mana for everything, we should be able to actually get one-hit lethal on Feather. The opponent's gonna, yep, they're gonna shoot the Urabrask, so that's gonna kill all the mana that we were just talking about. Sangromancer, more life gain. I love when people gain life, because then I can, like, actually, like, flex all the damage-dealing powers of the decks that I build. Not so much if I'm playing, like, Tap Creature Tribal, because that deck doesn't really punch out damage. If someone goes up to, like, 60 life, you're like, oh, God, I have no idea how I'm going to do 60 damage with this deck. With a Boros deck, though. Opponent is tapped out, so I feel good that nothing untoward is going to happen with this 14-14 flying lifelink, and we can just trade some punches. Get down to the trading punches portion of the game. All right, let's see how many things we can do. First, move the sword. Move the mask. We'll Defiant Strike. Actually, let's Angel Fire Ignition. The lifelink will be very key here. Refraction Elemental, still going? Yeah, we're getting damage done with that. Very pleased with this card. And, like, I know it's kind of just a Gutter Snipe, but it's also a 4/4 and it's got Ward 2. Gutter Snipe dies to a lot of things. This has a little more survivability to it, plus the fact that it's a board wipe on the front side. Like, it's much more utility than Gutter Snipe gives you. If you only have room for one in the deck, I would probably run this over Gutter Snipe. What's next? We need to double strike. Titan Strength. Refraction Elemental. Soul's Fire. Oh yeah, let's keep that on top. If for some reason this doesn't work, then it's a nice backup plan. Saying this one into Flintlock, these two into Sean. Sun Titan, get Animist? Use the ability. First hit with the Feast and Famine. Mask of Memory, draw 2 cards. There's the Soul's Fire. Discard the land. Float the mana. We can Soul's Fire Sean just for funsies. Refraction Elemental, Feather, and down they go. I am glad I chose not to go the aggravated assault route, because we got to look at the invasion of Karsus, and we got to see Urabrask for however brief a time, and they were good. The one we didn't get to look at was Sword of Once and Future, which also, like I said, looks really good. I don't think we had too many spells in the graveyard, but like if a wheel goes off or something like that, or someone makes you discard for whatever reason, or mill, so many reasons that spells might end up in the graveyard. This is a really handy thing to have around. Yeah, Feather's really good now. Like, really, really good. And that wasn't like a blazing fast game. That was, what, turn 7 or turn 8, I think. But we did survive a little bit of removal, and like we rebuilt pretty quickly. Didn't even have a blazing start. It wasn't until Sun Titan came down that we started ramping a lot. What else did we get to see? We also got to see... Angelic Intervention for a second, and so if you're an attacking Feather deck, I think this is a really good card to go with, because slowly increasing your size is a really good thing. Also, increasing Feather's toughness just a little bit also helps with blocking, which is a big deal, because Feather decks, at least the ones I play, notoriously don't block well, because I don't really run... Monastery Mentor is the only token producer I run. I don't run Young Pyromancer, just because, for me, those 1/1s, all they really do is chump block. And, like, I guess that's fine. I don't know. It just doesn't excite me that much. So my Feather builds are always a little more Voltron-y, so they don't block as well. But, yeah, everything went amazingly here. Not a ton of removal from our opponents, but I think the little bit they had, we were able to dodge with protection spells. And, you know, that's Feather's MO. Once Feather untaps with mana, it becomes very difficult to interact. So, but yeah, I'm happy we did get to see some of the new stuff, because that game could have ended very easily without ever seeing any of it. So that would have been disappointing. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching.
I want to thank my awesome Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. If you want to help support the channel, vote on which decks I play next, or if you want to get some good games of Spell Table, be sure to check out my Patreon at the link below.